Hi, y'all. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amira, and today, guys, we are going to be doing a get ready with me for work. It is 6:24 a.m. when I'm filming this. It is very early. It is raining, so if you hear lots of like swishy splashies in the background, my window's that way, and what can I do? What can I say? It's raining. But yes, we are going to be doing a get ready with me, and I'm also going to be sort of, while I'm doing that, reviewing some products that I received in PR from Surratt. I've had them for a while. I've been using them for a while. Some of them I've used in other videos as well, and I'm just going to talk you through them and give you some of my thoughts since I've had them for a while and I've been using them. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so I have put on my sunscreen. I just did my brows and I used the Surratt, I forget what this is called. They never have the, here it is, it's called, I had to look it up because it's not on the packaging. It is called the Expressioniste brow pomade, and I have it in the shade clear. My thoughts on this, and I'll put some video of me actually doing my brows on camera. Of course, like you guys know, I hate doing my brows on camera, so I filmed it beforehand, and I'll input the footage here and just talk you through it. So this is the shade clear. I've been using this on and off for the past month and a half or so. What I like about it is I do like that it has a lot of hold. If you are someone who has really like thick brows and the hairs don't stay where you want them to be, where you put them, this is a really great option. It's also clear, so if you're someone who doesn't need to fill in your brows, I think it's a great option. For me, I like that it has hold. I will say that the hold can get a little crunchy, at least what I found with my lashes. I use a little bit more though because I'm looking to sort of like give my brows a bit more body. If you have thicker brows, you probably won't need to use as much product. But yeah, what I found is that this was a bit crunchy on me, and then I would have to go in with my pencil to fill in for actual like shade. So I would be interested in trying this, and maybe if it comes in a different color, maybe trying it. But for me, it's just okay for me because of what I like to do with my brows. Like I like that it holds all day, but I often feel like my brows look a little bit darker or a little bit more intense when I use this because I then have to go in with my pencil, and the pencil laying over the gel just kind of gives a more intense tone to the brows. So those are my thoughts on the brow pomade. Now let's get into doing my my base. So I have two of the Dewdrop foundations. I have the one that I received in PR, which is in shade 12, and then I have one that I purchased myself, which is in shade 11. I would say neither of these are my perfect match. Shade 12 is a little bit too warm, and I think shade 11 is still a little bit it's a little bit too yellow. So I tend to mix these, and it kind of all evens out once I put all of my other makeup on. So that's what we're going to do here. I will say the packaging, while really cute, I personally struggle with it because right now everything, like the color is coming out nicely, but I do find that I struggle to get product out of the drop. It has a little squeezy mechanism at the bottom, which does help, but I have broken like 2 nails using this component a couple times. So I'm very like, when I use it, even though I love this foundation, I always get really kind of like when I have to open the packaging because it's such a pain. And because it's called Dewdrop, it comes out really slowly. So this is not a foundation for me that I like to use when I'm rushing. As you can see, it's taking forever to get this out because it is in fact a drop foundation, and I am squeezing the component. But I just find that it's just obnoxious. So let's hope that this is enough foundation. It's going to have to be because I'm already annoyed. But yeah, again, this foundation I've used, like I said, I've been using it for a while now, on and off with my other foundations, and I just really like it. It's a beautiful finish. I'm mixing the 2 shades on my back of my palm, and I'm just going to apply these with my little thingy here. But yeah, as you can see, I feel like I never get quite enough product out when I do that. And then when I go in to squeeze again, I feel like it takes forever. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and apply what I already have. Do I have a piece of tissue? I came over here with no Kleenex. Hold one moment, please. And I just had to get something to wipe my little fingy off with. All right, so I'm now going to blend this in. And the finish of this is really lovely. You can build this up. As you can see, I didn't actually have a lot of product on my face, so it's not going to be super heavy. But for everyday wear, I don't really love this to be super heavy. You know, I'm getting ready for work. I'm not trying to like, this is not an evening look. So as you can see, like blended out, it actually looks like once they're together, it looks fine. I still am not like 100% happy with it, but I'm not mad at it either. And like I said, the finish is beautiful. Let me zoom you guys in so you can kind of see what I mean. It's really natural. It has a beautiful, like, it's not dewy, even though the name is Dewdrop. I don't find this to be that dewy on me. I do set it with powder, just in case, and also because like I am wearing it for a long period of time and I don't want it to sort of like slide all over. So this is what it looks like when you apply it. It's very glowy, very beautiful. It doesn't like completely set, but I love the finish of it. I think it's so pretty. I usually do like to go in just with a little bit more to get spot like places like this area here where I have some light scarring, but I usually just take a little extra. So we're gonna try and do that. I'm gonna take a little bit of 12 here, a couple of drops of that, and then I'll maybe do one drop of 11. So I don't want a whole lot on my face right now. There we go. And when I store these, I do store them upside down. I just think it helps when you take it, when you open it and then you squeeze it. The product is kind of like there. You don't have to like wait forever for it to drop. So yeah, I'm just gonna apply a little bit more on the cheeks. There we go. I'm gonna blend that in with my brush here, and the brush I'm using, if you're interested, is it's the Sigma Multitasker. All my brushes are dirty, including this one. I was doing so well, guys. I was doing so well. I was washing my brushes once a week, and then I just fell off the wagon. And now all my brushes are dirty, and it's really just quite shameful, to be quite honest. All right, so we're gonna wipe my hand off. I'm gonna go in and do my mascara. I don't use a Surratt mascara. I don't have one. I'm interested in trying one of their mascaras. I believe they do have one, but I'm going to just throw on my House Labs. This is what I've been using lately. One of my favorite concealers. Did I say mascara? Concealer. It's 6:30 in the morning. Forgive me. This is one of my favorite concealers, and I've just recently started using it again. I had put it to the side because I'd been trying other things, and I just really like it. So I'm just going to blend that up and around my nose. And this actually does help kind of like lighten things up if I feel like things are a bit too warm on my face. This combo works really well. I'm also then going to take another concealer. So extra right now. I'm taking my Urban Decay Quickie All Over Concealer. I love this stuff. I haven't used it in ages. And one thing that I picked it up because I had a breakout. I had like this really large like cystic zit that finally went away, but it's still like, you know, fading the scar behind it, and I needed something that kind of has enough coverage to cover it up. You know, I don't want it completely, I don't feel like I need to have it completely covered, but I just want it to somewhat disappear. And this is so high coverage that it does the job enough for me. Like I can still kind of see it, but it's not as prominent. And this is what I do. So base is now done. And what I love about this foundation, despite the component being kind of obnoxious to me, I love the longevity of it, because even though it's a dewy foundation, I've worn this for like 9-10 hours and it's looked beautiful the entire time. So there's something to be said about that. And if you're worried about it moving around, set it. So I'm gonna set my face. I'm using my Sigma soft focus powder, and I'm just going over everything lightly with my brush. And I'm literally doing exactly what I do when I wear this foundation to work. Like this is the routine that I do. minus the maybe the Urban Decay when I didn't have that little breakout. But yeah, this is what I do to set it for the day and to get like, and as you can see, the glow is still there. Like I have powder on my face, but the glow is still present. Like my skin isn't completely mattified, you know, and I don't want it to be. I am so sneezy in the mornings, and what I love most about that is that I always get extra sneezy right after I do my foundation. So I sneeze, I do my foundation, and then I sneeze and get to like wipe all of my foundation off my nose. It's a fun game that my sinuses love to play with me. It's a lot of fun. All right, so that's done, and now let's do bronzer. The bronzer that I'm using is, I mean, you know. This is in my capsule. Have I reached for any of the other bronzers in my capsule since I made my fall capsule? No. Alright guys, just had to blow my nose. I'm just reapplying my little bit of foundation on my nose, and I'm finishing up my bronzer. Alright, bronzer's done. And as you can see, I really love this combo. I think it looks really pretty. This bronzer is just like my jam completely. I love it so much. I'm going to put a little bit more on now because that's just me. What can I say? So I'm put a little bit more on. There we go. All done. Love the way this looks. So I was trying to decide what I wanted to do for blush, and I brought over this blush from About Face Beauty, but it is a liquid blush, and I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. I have used this. This is in my capsule. This is the Cheek Blush Rush in the shade Grand Prix. Really pretty, but I don't think this is the right thing for me right now. I think that is not going to work with this. Let me grab another blush. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, guys, so I grabbed another blush. I grabbed the blush that I've been using a ton lately, which is from the Tarte blush set, the shade Poise. And I'm going to grab my little brush. And honestly, I don't know why I'm using this brush because it will pick up so much product, but we're going to make it work. How pretty is this? And it blends really nicely with the bronzer. Like they play well together. And we don't believe in blush blindness in this house, so. Alrighty, so blush is done. Beautiful, perfect, lovely, love it. And then we're going to go in with, I talked about this in a video, a previous video as well, and this is the Surratt Touch Lumiere in the shade D'Or, and it looks like this, and it is a stick highlighter. And I talked about how when I first opened this up, I was like, I don't think so, but I have since fallen completely in love with it, and it's so beautiful. And I'm just going in with a brush. I usually use my fingers, but I'm going to go in with a brush because I don't want to lift anything. But when I'm like rushing to get ready for work, I usually will just dip my hand in, my finger. So I'm applying that to the tops of my cheeks. Here. Never used this with a brush, and I'm kind of liking it and kind of not liking it at the same time. What I'm liking is that it is applying the product more quickly, but I do feel like I have to kind of go over it with my fingers just to melt it in a little bit more. But look how pretty that is. And it just gives this beautiful like glow to the skin. It doesn't look, it looks super, I mean, when you look at it here, it looks so, you know, like that really sort of icy gold, and those kind of golds don't tend to look that great on me. But this highlighter, because of the way it melts into the skin, it just looks so pretty. So yeah, I've been using this, and I haven't been on a you guys know I've kind of like abandoned highlighter. I have a whole drawer, 2 drawers. No, I think I got it down to 1 drawer of like highlighters. And I don't plan on getting rid of them because, you know, your tastes change and you evolve, and I may come back to them, but I just have not been reaching for them. But there's been this one, and there's been another one that I've been loving that is from Salt, New York, that I used all summer long. But I got this one recently in PR and I'm just like loving the way that this makes my skin look. It looks so glowy. So if you're worried about like you use the dewdrop and then you powder and you're worried that some of that glow is going to go away, I think the Torch Lumiere is a great balance for that, for me anyway. So yeah. All right, so now we're going to do eyes. Let me prime my eyes. I'm using my About Face Beauty Shadow Fix primer that is drying out. I like this primer a lot, but I do feel like, you know, I've had this one for a minute, so it does get to a point where it's kind of dries out on you, so I might just need to get a new one. But I do really like this primer. But one of the reasons why I feel like it's probably time to get a new one is when you blend, sometimes when I'm like blending it in, it doesn't want to blend in completely. But there's still product in there, so I kind of want to use it up and then I'll buy a new one. I don't really like buying like primers until I finished up one primer. You know what I mean? All right, so that's done, and now we're going to dip into the Surratt Beyond Beige quad, and this is what it looks like. I received this when I went to Creators and Friends in New Orleans in April, and my feelings about this are complicated because I don't think it is very like user-friendly as far as how many skin tones can use this. This is incredibly light. But I have gotten use out of it. So the shades that I'm going to go into today are going to be this shade and this shade. And I'm actually, this one has it's like a satin and it has a little bit, I don't even know if you can tell, has a little bit of a sheen to it there. That's really pretty. This one is more matte and it has a very velvety texture. I will say that the formulas of these are really nice. They're beautiful formulations. They're very, what's the word I'm looking for? They're very, sophisticated and soft, and I'm actually just going to go into that lighter tone because I forget the other one kind of veers a little warm on me and I'm not going for a super warm eye today. They blend beautifully, so I'm really interested in, you know, hoping that they come out with, they have other quads. I do feel the other quads are not quite my aesthetic. The color selection is not really my jam, so I do hope that they come out with like another one or two, because I would be very interested in trying those. But yeah, I do like the formula, but I will say that this is not, I mean, you can see how it is looking on me. I mean, I'm not the deepest skin tone out there, and even this is having a hard time showing up on me. But that's okay, because the reason why I'm using this today is because I am going for a very specific vibe, which is basically the vibe that I always go for when I'm getting ready for work. So I take a lighter shade like this that just gives my eyes a little bit of depth. I'm going to even this out by taking a little bit of that so that they look the same. All right, just give my eyes a little bit of depth, and then I go in with different product. So today we are going in with the eyeshadow souffle, or the souffle eyeshadow in the shade Gris Doux. I've talked about this and how much I love it. I think I mentioned this in my video about my favorite one and dones. So it is very moussey, it's very bouncy, it's like cold and wet to the touch. It's a very unique formula. I go in with a Refer number 21 because even though it doesn't look like much is happening, look how much is on the brush. Like, it picks up a lot of products. So if you are someone who's interested in this, or you have this and you're struggling, use a flat brush. Use a brush that is formulated for or made for shimmer shadows, and use that. And I think you will be just fine. So I'm just going in and I'm applying this all over my lid and taking it a little bit up into the crease, like so. And do you see how well that's blending? It's so pretty. I'm actually going to use my smaller mirror because that one is annoying me. But yeah, look how pretty that is. This product does dry down, and I personally don't really apply a bunch. Like, I don't go in and layer because I do feel like it's not that kind of product. It's basically like load your brush up, use what you have on your brush, blend it out, and that's that. I think it's meant to be that way. It's sort of meant to be a very simple, straightforward kind of application. So that's kind of what that's what I aim for, is loading my brush up and then going in. And as you can see, it is so like multi-dimensional and shiny and beautiful. And I'm just literally taking what's on this brush and blending it all around into the crease, up, up, up. And this is the look, you know? This is the look. I don't do a whole lot more than this when I'm using Gritty Do because this is what I'm going for. I then will usually go in, and when you use this, they give you the little lid. Keep the lid because, again, this is like a jelly type of, or gelée type of formula, and you want to make sure that it stays, you know, tightly closed so that it doesn't dry out. Otherwise, it will get quite dry. So this is what it looks like on my eyes, just applied straight from the product, the container with a rougher 21. I didn't add any extra product or anything like that. And that is basically what I do with this. I'm then going to use a liquid liner. I've been really into doing like small little baby kitten liner. And so we're going to be using the NYX Epic Ink Liner in Dark Chocolate. I've been really loving using a kitten liner or like doing a like cute little wing, but then using it in a shade that is very natural. So I've been using this one because it's a dark brown. It's really beautiful. If you hear noise in the background, the person that I live with is in the bathroom and has decided to turn his morning podcast on. This is what I deal with. All right, we're gonna do the other eye. Will these be the same? Who's to know? I've given up on that, guys. You know, when I'm getting ready for work, I just want to like get ready for work, and I don't have time for worrying about all of that all of the time. So sometimes my wings be looking, you know, a little crazy. But this one is, I don't know, maybe I'll take my little sharp nail and do that. And then I'll do the same here. All right, so wings are done. I really love this shade. It is literally, I'm going to put some on my hand. It's literally a dark, you see how rich that is? Just like a rich, dark brown. I love it so much. It's perfect for when you want a liner, but you don't want it to be like this heavy black liner. All right, now we're going to do mascara, and I'm going to be using the one from Surratt that is there. This is the Noir Lash Tint, and this is the one that is the weird, strange looking one that is just like the little... Yeah, so my lashes, and I don't know if you can tell, my lashes have been going, they've been going through some things. They've been having a moment. And so I don't know how this is going to work on me. This usually works when my lashes are nice and full and healthy, but they are not that. They are very much sad and wimpy. And yeah, my lashes kind of go through, I don't know if anyone else is like this, where the lashes kind of go through phases where it's like your lashes are beautiful and healthy, and then they kind of just slowly wither and die, and then they grow back and they're strong and healthy, and then they wither and die. That's kind of the cycle. We're in the wither and die stage. We're in the wither and die stage right now. So we're going to use this. And this is, I actually really like this. I wasn't expecting to. It's literally a metal component. Can you see this? And then you dip it in, and it has product on it. And then you apply that to your lashes like you would a mascara. And it just releases the product onto the lashes. Now, if you have beautiful lashes and you just want to tint them, or I think this is a great product if you are someone who has lighter lashes and maybe you're trying to like darken your lashes, but you don't really want that like I have mascara on look. This is a great option for that. I'm using this today because I wanted to show it to you guys. And I am in the market for new mascaras. I still haven't placed my Sephora order, by the way, guys. Everything is still sitting in my cart. I've been kind of liking the idea of not place order right away. I don't know. I feel like it's a power move on my part, and I'm feeling good about that. So yeah. So I mean, this is not gonna give you the look of got some there. The look of falsies. I'll go over that in a minute. It's not going to give you the look of falsies, guys. This is not going to do that. You know, I have a hard time getting stuff in the corners of my lashes because my lashes here are so long on the outer corner, which is nice, but also a pain in the butt because depending on the component, the brush component, it won't always apply it the way I want. All right. So yeah, This isn't like, but it does, as you can see, it does give some like length and some like, it's not going to give you volume. You're not going to get volume from this, but it's a lash tint, so it's going to tint the lashes. It's going to give you a little bit of length, and if that's what you're going for, if you're going for something that's like a bit more natural looking, that could work. So I'm just going to take that. All right, so that is the finished eye look, and now we're going to go to lips. I do have a Surratt lip product, but guys, I'm not going to show it because the color is so light. It's just not a shade for me, someone of my skin tone, and I haven't used it. Like, I opened it up, I looked at it, and I was like, I'm never going to use this. So yeah, so I'm not even going to like bother showing that on camera. I'm going to wipe my lip gloss off, my little lip mask, and we're going to go in with a lippy. And I think today, it's not a Surratt product, but I'm really in the mood. I'm wearing a leopard print dress, which I have to say, guys, I bought this from Loft. It's a leopard print maxi dress, and I got it in large because of like hips, butt, boobs type of thing, you know, like making sure everything has the space it needs. But I actually could have gone with a medium because it's quite large, kind of like baggy, in like the shoulder area and in the like bust area. And so I kind of wish I got a medium because it likes to like slide around, and my little cami is showing, and so yeah, I don't know. It's cute though. I do like it. It's just I kind of could have gone down a size. So we're gonna use Dose of Colors Chocolate Wasted. Oh, I'm just in the mood, guys. I'm wearing a leopard print dress, and usually I'll do like a dark like red or burgundy lip. This time I'm like, you know, I think I'm gonna do, I'm bringing out my little mirror again, a darker, like a dark brown. I'm just in the mood. All right, guys, so this is the finished look. This is the eye, and this is the lippy, and it's still drying down because it's a liquid lipstick. This is my favorite liquid lipstick formula, still to this day. It's just such a great matte liquid lipstick formula. There are a couple of other liquid lipstick formulas that I really like. I like the one from Unearthly, but that is not like a matte. It's more like a satin cream. But yeah, this is the finished look. Oh, I love it. I think it's perfect. It matches my little dress so nicely, I have to say. So yeah, this is the finished look. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Have you tried Surratt? I know Surratt is a higher price point. It is very much in the luxury makeup category. So one of the reasons why I haven't talked about these products is that I really wanted to like live with them and wear them for a while, so that when I came on camera to talk about them, I could really give you guys my opinion. So I will say, I'm gonna sum up what I think is worth the money. I think the foundation, even though the component annoys me, I do think the foundation is worth the money. I think it's a beautiful foundation, and I was really happy with how it looked as the day goes on. It still looks good. Like, it doesn't look like, oh, it's not not fading, it's not breaking up, but it still doesn't look the best. No, it looks really good. Like, it looks good. I would sit in front of a camera 10 hours from now with this foundation on and not feel the need to touch up, or not feel the need to like do anything to zhuzh it up. You know what I mean? I think this is beautiful. If you're like me and you're not really into the highlighter vibe at the moment, but you still want that glowy vibe, look into this, because I think it does that. Like, don't be intimidated by the look of it in the tube. Apply it into the face. You can just see how beautiful and glowy it looks. It doesn't look like I have highlighter on. It just looks glowy. This, I've talked about this. This is one of my faves. I love this shade specifically, and I think this formula is great. I have a second one that I got in PR. I got one in PR, and then I got another in PR. And so the other one is untouched, and I'm going to include that in the giveaway that I'm planning on doing at the end of the year. So yeah, so look out for that. This, the Beyond Beige Quad, I think this is nice. If you are of a lighter skin tone than me, I think this will be a great everyday quad. For me, this is a quad that I don't reach for that often because the shades are not that, they just don't show up as well on my skin tone. But as you can see, they did what I needed them to do today. Like, they came to the party and they did what I needed to do. But if you're looking for something more intense, if you are my shade or deeper, if you're deeper than me, this is not for you. This is not for you. This is not for you. But I don't really necessarily think it's for me either, but I've been able to make it work. However, I will say I think the formula is fantastic. And so if you are my shade or lighter and this interests you, if you like that's like soft wash of color type of look, if you are lighter than me, this will give you more pigment. It will, because the formulation is quite silky and smooth and really blendable, but it isn't like one of those, like, it's not like a Dior shadow where it's like barely there pigment. It's not that. It's not that. So just to give you a comparison, it is not like a Dior shadow. This is like, this has pigment to it, but it's very soft and silky. The lash tint, I actually really, where to go? I actually like this for those days when I want, you know, just a little something, but I don't want it to look like I have a lot on. Again, if you have lighter lashes and you just want that, like, I'm not really wearing mascara, but I don't want my lashes to be, if you have like blonde or lashes or like red lashes or just like a pale brown, this is a great option just to give your lashes some color. And then the brow pomade, I talked about this in the beginning of the video. I like it, but I do wish, I'm gonna look on the website and see if they have it in a color that works. I don't know if this only comes in clear, but I do like the idea of it. For me, because I need to fill in my brows, I don't only need to just like shape, like, you know, give them hold. I need to like build a brow, so to speak. I need something a little bit more. And so I think if this had some color to it, I would like it more. I still prefer what I normally use, which is the NYX, and the price points of these are very different. So this is what I usually use, and it has some color to it. It doesn't have as much hold. I will say that. I don't feel like this is a brow glue. My brows here, my brows with the Surratt feel kind of hard to the touch. Like they're not crispy, but they're not soft. I personally don't love that feeling. I like my brows to feel a little soft. And though this brow gel, it's stickier. It's a much stickier formula, but I don't feel like I get that like crunchy, crispy feeling. Also, I would caution with this, because even though it says it's clear, it is a white formulation. And if you can see there, it's white. And also it's like, you see how the brush is like an actual brush and not like a spoolie. I would say apply with caution, because it is clear, but I do believe that if you apply too much of this, it would start to look white once it dried down. So if you have thicker brows and you're just trying to really like, you know, get some hold, just be careful about how much product you use when you're using this, because you don't want your brows to have like that white cast to them, which I do think could be a danger with that. Because again, even though it's clear, it says clear, the product itself is white before it dries down. So if you're applying a ton and it's not being able to dry down, you're just going to kind of have it building on top of itself and it's going to look white. So I'm just going to caution you on that. But yeah, guys, that is everything. This is my look for the day. It is now 7 o'clock. And it's time for me to get ready to get out of here and go to work. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Please be sure to hit the like button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye now.